Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Fortunate Fortune Teller, where we're extremely fortunate to be here. Trust me when I tell you, brother. Namaste, okay? Is that usually, can you say hello and namaste, or does that have to always be goodbye? I forget. Whatever. I can say it all the time whenever I want. So, let's see what we got going on. Look at this. We got a little light action going on here. Perhaps I'm too much in the light here. I'm too much of a light being. Can you see it shining down on me, brother? So we're going to have to see what's going on here. Let's take a look at this situation we have here, because we know that you're this King of Wands in reverse character, this Empress in reverse, they're under judgment here. Okay, clearly their mask came off. Okay, so what's your counterpart doing in this situation now? Like, you know, that's usually going to be like your King of Cups, perhaps. So, King of Pentacles. What are they doing? How are they? You know, because they're going to be the ones who have to finish them off. Okay, because you know, that's really what it comes down to. Because you can't really do anything. But we do know that they're being seen, so there really has no choice. They're not going to keep themselves stuck with somebody who, especially around people like that, when you can clearly see, you know, what you're all about. So, listen, man. It eventually gets to the point where people, like, once you walk away, they start chasing. Believe me when I tell you. And you're almost there. You're almost getting there. All right, let's get some of that selenite. Okay, because like I said, if you watch the last read, it's pretty good. Okay, so that's why the selenite is always good. And plus, I sage them off. You know what I mean? And most people do that. But if they don't do it, then it could, you know, it could mess the reads up. Well, not necessarily mess up, but you ain't going to get as strong as, you know, especially if you do it this way. So, but what do I know? What do I know? I'm the best kept secret all I do know is I am the best kept secret in all of YouTube Tarot. And we have another Four of Wands here, okay, brother? So just know that is here. Four of Wands is here. We already seen it in the last read. That was the end result. Okay, so that is union. Union is coming this September for a lot of people. 110%. It's the perfect storm for it. Okay, so if it doesn't happen for you, no biggie. But believe me when I tell you, there are good things headed your way. So let's see what we got to look forward to. All right, let's get going here. What is the collective energy here, brother? That's when I start calling. Hello, collective. How are you? So let's see what's going on. All right, so we got a Two of Pentacles in reverse here. So perhaps the people, you know, this King of Wands in reverse, this Empress in reverse, they feel like they're overcommitted, disorganized. There's a lack of balance there. You know, people are overwhelmed because they're like, what's this guy doing? He's making videos all the way. We thought we got rid of this person. And here's the thing is they keep attacking you, okay? So just understand that they are waiting for you to stop. They're just waiting for you to disappear. So each time you can keep coming back, you know, especially if you miss a day or you're not on social media or something, and they say they attacked you the day before that, they are like looking at that very, very closely. And then when you pop back up, it's like, oh, what happened here? So just know you being around and being seen is the best thing for you, okay? Because Ace of Wands, you have new projects around here, you know, inspiration, brother. You have a new urge to create. You have potential for new beginnings. All right, so just know that those beginnings are causing the endings for this King of Wands in reverse and this Empress in reverse. Okay, and now they're overcommitted, okay, because they didn't expect it to go this far. Now people are walking away towards you, Ace of Wands. So just understand that these people, there's not much they can do, okay? There's not much more they could do except realistically leave town. And I've suggested this multiple times, but now they're at a very, 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 you know, spot where they have to, a critical moment right now. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what the tarot says. Okay, so we have a Six of Wands in reverse. Ooh, so perhaps these people are not being seen and celebrated. Okay, of course not, right? Empress in reverse, King of Wands in reverse. They're being seen for being the piece of shits that they are, but they're not being seen for anything more than that. They're being seen for their ego. They're being seen for their, you know, lack of confidence, lack of confidence, lack of recognition. They're coming off very unpopular. They seem to have been discredited by you, okay? They don't like that. That's why they're in the Two of Pentacles, feeling overwhelmed and overcommitted. They're all disorganized. They don't know where to start. They don't know how to fix this, okay? Because they're not being seen and celebrated. That's why. The Empress and Empress thought they were going to come in, they were going to replace you, they were going to take everything from you, and you were just going to disappear. But that was what needed to happen. But when that didn't happen, and you called back all your energy and you came back, then all that did was make things worse, because they had your energy. So you pulling it all back, whatever was built with it now is being destroyed, okay? Because Ace of Swords, because the mental clarity is here with you and the people around you, okay? You're able to talk in a way where you don't come off like you're crazy, okay? You're able to explain yourself in a way where, you know, intelligent people will listen to you, okay? People take you they take you seriously. Just understand that. People can say whatever they want about you, doesn't make a difference, because what they say or think about you is none of your business, brother, okay? And plus, it don't matter what they think anyway, because you are the one who brings the fun, because you are the sun. Ace of Swords, people seeing that very clearly now, okay? And there's also seeing very clearly Six of Wands in reverse, this Empress in reverse, and King of Wands in reverse, for how unpopular they are, okay? Very unpopular people, these characters. Trying to come against this, you know, wonderful High Priestess. What's wrong with these people? Come on, this High Priestess, they're a hermit High Priestess magician over here, bothering the person. Leave them alone, they said, leave them alone. But they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen, okay? And that is why the Queen of Wands is here, brother, because this is the reason, this is the main reason why they came at you in the first place. This is what they used against you. You're always in this energy. Believe me when I tell you, this is one of the energies that you're in 100% of the time. They use this against you to make it like you are, you know, loose, like you're a groupie, like you're, you know, something like, almost make you like you're a Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? And it's not very difficult to do that if somebody doesn't check into it. Anybody can make you out to be a user or this or an abuser, you know what I'm saying? But if the fact is that there's no history or nothing of that sense, how is that even possible, okay? But it couldn't be possible if nobody even looks into it, okay? So a lot of times when people get in these situations and they hear something, they don't even want the confrontation, so they just walk away without saying anything, and then you just ruin the whole relationship on a lie. But now, your counterpart's seeing very clearly that you're a Queen of Wands, and that this Empress in reverse and this King of Wands in reverse have been lying to them the entire time. Okay, so that is being very clearly seen. The only way that was going to be seen is if this Queen of Wands perished, which they didn't, and actually came back better than ever. So just understand that, you know, Two of Wands, that, you know, there's planning, there's progressing here, okay? There's, you know, making decisions, discovering things here. You know, this is very beginning stages here for this union, this Four of Wands, this, you know, Queen of Wands coming into their own, being seen for, you know, who they really are, being celebrated, all right? Having the people that were doing what they were doing, having the lies, their name cleared. It's all the beginning now, okay? It's all progressing towards that, Two of Wands. So you must understand. So we got this Queen of Wands here being seen, okay, and then you got this Empress in reverse and this King of Wands in reverse not being seen and celebrated, okay? So that's a shame. But this Queen of Wands clearly discredited these two, okay, because whatever they said was not true, because the King of Wands in reverse and Empress in reverse, persona non grata, okay? And whatever they had going on with your counterpart, now it's going to be a Two of Cups in reverse, okay? So just understand, they did everything possible to block your Two of Cups, okay? Because they knew you having your Two of Cups with your counterpart spells the end for them. So this was so wide, they've taken it so far, they've made such great lengths to, you know, keep two people apart, because they knew if this was like this, then they're gone. So keeping this now, being seen for this, is also going to get rid of them, because now it's like, whoa, what happened here? Because this, you know, Empress in reverse was presenting themselves like they were you, okay? They were presenting themselves like they were, you know, the ideal spouse, the Two of Cups for, you know, your counterpart. But now the mask has been ripped off, and now you're seeing that the King of Wands was actually hired this person, okay? More or less brought this person in and gave them information, and this person approached your king as a fake soulmate. So it's like now the person's being seen, and your counterpart's very angry about this, because they were manipulated and made a fool out of, okay? And they were forced to hurt their counterpart, you know, their soulmate. So just know, like, they're not happy about this, brother, okay? This is a very serious thing, Eight of Wands. That's why you seriously better start leaving town quick, okay, Eight of Wands. I seriously suggest that, because it's not going to be good moving forward. For what you did is a very serious thing. You ruined somebody's life, or you tried to. You ruined your own lives, trying to ruin our lives. But guess what, brother? Eight of Wands, quickly coming. The end is quickly coming for you. Believe me when I tell you, this Queen of Wands, it's very, very, you know, being very assertive here to let you know about that. It's all over for you. Okay, because 4 of Cups in reverse, because now there's sudden awareness from your counterpart. Okay, now they want to choose happiness. Now they see that you really are the Queen of Wands. Okay, they see the Empress in reverses. They have always known this person can hold a candle to you, but all these people went against you. That it was almost impossible. How would you have came back from this? Okay, what could your counterpart have done in the meantime? Okay, they found themselves in this whirlwind, this tornado. Okay, and there was really nothing they could do besides go with the flow. Okay, it was like they were caught in the stream and you were stuck over there. So it wasn't like you were going to swim back upstream. Okay, they had to wait for you to come back. Okay, and then hopefully when you all go down there, then you come dropping down the waterfall, brother, and then it's like, here I am. Okay, so now they see you falling down the waterfall and they're like, whoa, here comes that Queen of Wands back. All right, and now they know that, you know, you're their happiness, and they see what you're doing, and they see that what these people tried to do to you was unable to keep this Queen of Wands down. And what was done to this Queen of Wands would have probably taken out many, many people, okay, if not 95 to 99% of the people, okay, and your counterparts saw you survive this. They see what you went through, and they see you're still in good spirits. You're still an Empress. You're still a High Priestess, and you're still a Magician. So now these people, there's nothing they can do about it, all right? And 3 of Cups, that's why people, they want to celebrate, man. We want to have a good time with this Queen of Wands, because sitting with this King of Wands in reverse, this Empress reverse, they use their fear-based tactics, okay, to keep people stuck, okay? Try to keep people satiated with, you know, money and drugs and sex and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, that only lasts so long, okay? Because people really, you know, they crave real connection, okay? People crave real soulmate connection. And when this, you know, our counterpart knows that this Queen of Wands is clearly their, you know, their counterpart, they're going to do everything possible to eliminate these people, okay? Because 4 of Cups in reverse. Suddenly aware, brother. They're suddenly aware. They're choosing to have. They're suddenly aware that you are their counterpart, even though I believe that they knew. But whatever it is, they have the exact proof now to end these people, all right? Put an end to them. At least have them leave town, because they do have, remember, your counterpart does have video evidence of these people doing some weird stuff. And the way they did that was because they didn't realize that the camera had a low power mode, so they believed that the power was off, or the camera was off, but they were still being recorded because it goes to your counterpart's phone. So they had that information. They have so much stuff. So when they try to, you know, what's the word, blackmail, or say sue, try to say they're going to sue your counterpart, take everything from them, they're just going to say, oh, okay, is that what you're going to do? Okay, because I have all these videos of here doing this really weird stuff. So help, you know, you do that, and then I'll show everybody exactly what you were doing. So this is what's going to cause these people to, you know, they're not going to have no leverage, and it's going to cause them to leave town. Because what are they going to do? What can you say? What are you going to say? How are you going to fight it? There's no way to fight it. Okay, brother? That's why Magician in reverse. That's why that manipulation you had, all that, you know, poor planning, you know, being insecure, lack of confidence. That is why they're in the position they're in, okay? This is what they wanted. They wanted to take this Queen of Wands energy. They wanted to build off this energy, and everybody was supposed to get a piece, okay? Trust me when I tell you, they all were supposed to get it. But this Magician in reverse now is being seen for exactly what they are. And what they did to your counterpart is very, very, it's almost, how do we say it? You have to feel bad for your counterpart before what they had to deal with. Now, granted, they probably didn't know about most of it, okay? But they still were stuck with it. Okay, what were they going to do? Okay, until you became full strength, what could they really have done? Okay, they were waiting for you to become full strength. Okay, they were waiting for you to help them against this Magician reverse. They were waiting for you to help expose them. Okay, they were waiting for you, Queen of Pentacles, you, the Empress, you, the High Priestess. That's what they were waiting for you to become. Okay, because they knew exactly that you could become this. Okay, they know what they're doing. They've been making these videos since 2021. Obviously, they know who you are. Obviously, they manifested this. Okay, and obviously, you're still here, okay? And you're not going to let them go down. You're not going to let your little King of Cups or King of Pentacles go down by these characters. No, no, no. No, no, no. This Queen of Pentacles is the ideal spouse, brother. They are the showstopper. They're the one everyone comes to see. Okay, so anybody who said you weren't a Queen of Pentacles, they're eating their words right now, okay? Because whoever said you were what is being seen for exactly what they said you were, okay? That is very ironic, don't you think? Just a little too ironic, I really do think. So it's like rain. I don't really like this song that much, but I like that part of it. So just know that this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands is being seen as the ideal spouse, and that is being seen not just by your counterpart, by many, many others, okay, including other divine masculines, perhaps high-level soulmates, okay? So just know, you are desired, okay, brother? Seven of Cups in reverse. So whatever, overwhelmed by whatever choices they try to, this is what they try to do, okay? Seven of Cups. This King of Wands in reverse and this Emperor's reverse, their main thing was to keep your counterpart satiated with, options, basically saying that this Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, will hold them back. They will, they won't be able to party as much. They're not going to be able to have as much fun. They're going to be controlled. So that's how they kept this counterpart going and going and going. So they felt like the party never ended, okay? And then before you know it, the person's life went by them, okay? And this has been strategically done, okay? To keep them in a Two of Cups in reverse and then make it like, they're going to get something out of it, okay? Just like, it's to the point now where if you can't see that there's a Magician in reverse over there, then you just don't want to see it, or I don't know what else, especially if you're a divine being, okay? So it doesn't make a difference, because one way or another, the longer they stay, they're all going down. It doesn't matter if your counterpart stays or not, because you will get another divine masculine, you will get another high level soul. So it doesn't matter, and you're just going to forget about them, okay? And that's exactly what you're being. You're not going to look back and say, oh, I feel bad for my... Just like, boom, forget it. You know what I mean? That part of it's gone. And that's what they have to understand. Okay, so if they felt that, they want options over the one who brings the fun, the one that's the sun, then, hey, it's unfortunate. But your counterpart will perish. Okay, brother? Not only will they perish, they will go down with this Ten of Swords. There will be a painful ending. Okay? So that's not what we want. All right? But there's only so much we can do to help them. We got to the point where we are the best version of ourselves. We're doing everything that they want us to do, okay? What else is there to do, okay? So that is why divine timing's at play. So it is what it is. There's only so much we can do. We can't force anything. There is no forcing, all right? We don't chase, we don't force, we attract. That's what this Queen of Wands' motto is, okay? So it is what it is. We're doing everything possible, and if, it doesn't end up happening, then perhaps we're doing something wrong, perhaps you're doing something wrong, and we need to take a look at that behavior, okay? And that's exactly what is going to have to come out of this. So just, keep that in mind, okay? Because Six of Swords in reverse, because these people, remember, they are resistant to change here. They still feel like they have unfinished business with this Queen of Wands. They didn't yet submit, okay? They still have emotional baggage they're holding on to, a lot of these people, including your counterpart, okay? Because your counterpart was, severely, this is almost like emotional abuse that your counterpart endured here, okay? So there's been a lot of abuse that your counterpart has endured over the years, okay? Just on the part of you, okay? Just because you may have went through things in another way doesn't mean your counterpart hadn't go through anything. So you have to keep that in mind. It's hard, it's difficult, because you see videos and the people, oh, this and that. A lot of it is just negative thoughts to get you thinking that. You don't even know what the fuck, if half these things are even, what they're even talking about. So just know your counterpart, granted, no matter whatever they did, they are the third stooge. When that happens, Curly don't go doing all this stuff. Remember, they're the third stooge, and they know that these options are not what it's all about no more, okay? And they're leaving that behind while these people are resistant to change. So just know the counterpart is there, brother, Three of Pentacles, because people want to collaborate, people want to work with you. There's teamwork here, implementing stuff. You're building something, this Queen of Wands. So everybody sees that. To the chagrin of this King of Wands in reverse and this Empress, believe me when I tell you, they're not happy, because you were not supposed to return. You are the one who rises from the dead, brother. You are the Undertaker. You are the one. Okay? Nobody can stop you. All right? Knight of Cups, because your creativity, you're romantic, you're very charming, okay? You could even be a knight in shining armor, okay? Because we'll accept one too, but just understand, Knight of Cups here has a nice energy, okay? You're very, very welcoming, okay, when you have Knight of Cups energy there, brother, because let me tell you, Page of Pentacles, we are manifesting this, okay? This is all coming into play. The end is here for these people, all right? Whoever this Magician reverse character is, whoever they, thought that they were going to do towards your counterpart, keep them stuck in this, Two of Cups in reverse energy, and this, basically, now they're seeing it with this Four of Cups. Oh, no, sorry. So they were trying to keep them this Two of Cups and Seven of Cups, energy, okay? Like, forget love, there's options, so-and-so is going to hold you back. But now, Four of Cups in reverse, your counterpart is clearly saying that this magician is a manipulative piece of crap, okay? And they see on your side Knight of Cups with this Queen of Wands, okay? So they know now that you really are the one, and these people are exactly who they are, okay? Page of Pentacles, because you're manifesting that. So, that's what we're doing. If you don't like it, stop us. So sue us then. Sue us for what, brother? Sue us for what? You understand? See that scumbum right there? Because let me tell you something, brother. Ten of Swords in reverse. These people, they're trying to hold on here, okay? But just understand, the longer they hold on, the longer they try to, you know, delay this ending, this painful ending, the harder it's going to be, okay? So it's almost like it's already going to be worse, but now they're making it even more worse, okay? They just keep falling through the trap doors now. Everything is getting worse and worse and worse. Instead of, if they ended it like they could have a long time ago, the end result would have been a lot less for them, okay? They may have been able to come back from it, but not no more. This is them being impaled now, okay? Look at that, upside down. They're falling on these knives now. That's how bad it's going to be. Instead of just having it like it was, it's going to be that much more painful. Can't get any worse, okay? You know who it's not going to get any worse for? You know who's going to really be impaled? This devil, okay? Because whoever, you know, listened to this person, whoever fell for their tricks, whoever thought that they were going to be rich and famous and know all these people, and you know, and it's all going to happen at your, you know, your expense. Whoever thought that, they were sadly mistaken, brother. Okay, because they are going down the tubes right now with this Queen of Cups. I mean, this Empress in reverse and this King of Wands in reverse. They're going right down the tubes, and so is it with this devil. They're all going back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. Okay, courtesy of this Queen of Wands, brother. Okay, because they're clearly being seen as a magician in reverse. I mean, once you're seen as a magician in reverse, nobody wants to see you no more. Think about it. Say you go to a magic show and you see the person's, you know, you see through their bullshit. You see them, they mess up the trick, okay? Doesn't work. You're not going to really want to see that person anymore, right? They're not really going to get many more gigs, okay? So just know that they're being seen clearly, these people, okay, this King of Wands in reverse and this Empress in reverse, more or less your Empress in reverse, are being seen as a magician in reverse. No longer, no more gigs for you, okay? Because all you're going to get now, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So you must understand, this is where this magician in reverse is headed for right now. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, okay? If they're not already almost there, believe me when I tell you, money is not coming in. More money is going out with this magician in reverse than's coming in, okay? This person is unable right now to pull a rabbit out of a hat. They will not be able to turn nothing into something, okay? They're not like you. They're not a real magician, okay? So that is why everything is going, it's all getting funneled down. All the energy is coming back to this Queen of Wands, and everything that was built by this magician in reverse with your energy now is coming back to you, okay? Plus by tenfold, okay? So just understand, and whatever this magician in reverse projected onto you, that's coming back to them also. And a lot of that was Ten of Pentacles in reverse energy. So just know that while they're getting the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, okay, you, the Queen of Wands, have your Ten of Cups, okay? That's where you're building your foundation on, this Ten of Cups, all right? You got a Knight of Cups, very nice atmosphere over here, okay? Because we know when you build a Ten of Cups, building a Ten of Cups, it's very, very difficult to knock anything down, okay? Because that's a very strong foundation. All right, so it is what it is, but people, they just want to skip that part of it and jump right to the Ten of Pentacles and, you know, indulge themselves, have sex with this one, do that, blah, blah, blah. Listen, that's not how it works, okay? It's not how life works. That's devil stuff, okay? So just know, not just sex stuff, I'm just saying, but all the stuff that they were trying to put them into, it was all 7 deadly sins, okay? That was really all it came down. There was gluttony, there was greed, there was jealousy, there was whatever the fuck there was there. There was a lot of stuff, though. So just believe me when I tell you, that is why this magician in reverse is clearly being seen as a magician in reverse, and you are being seen as the real deal, okay? And that is what it's all about, okay? Because you are the one who brings the fun. You are the sun. You are the ideal spouse. You are the Queen of Pentacles, okay? You're the one everyone comes to see. You are the showstopper. You are the one everybody wants, okay? And they tried to say that wasn't what you were. Now, it's very clear. So if anybody says otherwise, all they do is makes it better for you, okay? Because then it brings more eyes to you. Then people see, wait a second, you said that this Queen of Pentacles was this, and the other thing, okay? But no. Now they're like, that's when the people start questioning now. This is where the questions started coming from. So you must understand that is all over for these people. You are clearly being seen right now. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. You are the Empress. You are the High Priestess. You are the real magician. Okay? And once again, we'll end it here like we did on the last one. End result here for you. 4 of Wands with your counterpart, brother. That is here. That is coming. You are the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? When you're seen as the Queen of Pentacles, you are seen as the ideal spouse. Okay? Queen of Wands. Who loves you the best? Who loves this one? Your masculine, your divine counterpart loves you in this Queen of Wands energy. It's their favorite thing about you. They find it so sexy. Okay, and what do we like the best about our counterpart and our emperor? When they're in the King of Pentacles energy. Okay, so you have a King of Pentacles, bringing this Queen of Wands, this Queen of Pentacles, their Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups built on that foundation. Okay, while this Magician in reverse is, all they're getting out of this is a 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse, because they thought that they were going to take your counterpart, take your destiny by, you know, coming off with the 7 of Cups in reverse energy, keeping your counterpart stuck. But no. All they're being seen, they're not being seen and celebrated anymore, this person, okay? People are not looking up to them. So all they're being seen as this unpopular person who tried to steal, okay? That's all that came down to. They stole, they got caught stealing in so many different ways. Not even financially, energetically, spiritually, it's insane, okay? And now they want to hold off now, okay? They want to delay the inevitable, 10 of Swords in reverse, but understand, it's only going to make it worse. It's only going to happen. It's only going to be the end of it, okay? Because 6 of Swords in reverse, you know, they got to release this baggage, okay? So if they think they have unfinished business with you, they better think again, because you are finished with them, all right, brother? And they're going to be seeing 6 of Wands for exactly what they are, and that's no good, brother, because this 7 of Cups in reverse atmosphere, this options, this, you know, illusions, this fantasy, that is being seen through by your counterpart, this King of Pentacles, and they want to head towards their Queen of Pentacles, who is their ideal spouse, and, you know, be with their Queen of Wands, brother. So just understand, Knight of Cups coming your way, brother, okay? And you are going to be in union again, okay? So why else go any farther than the 4 of Wands? That's what I always say. What else is there to say? So let me astrologically talk to you, brother. I want to talk to you about something real fast, okay? I want to talk to you because I know, you know, you've been going a long time. Maybe you haven't heard. All right, I don't shine shoes no more, brother. Okay, you must understand that. All right, sometimes, you know, there's a lot of people around. All right, you know, sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. But just know, it's all right, because we're going to keep you here, okay? Because we want to keep you here. So let's figure out exactly what we're going to keep here, who we're going to keep here, and why we're going to keep them here, and who they are, all right? So we have this Scorpio. Of course they're going to be the one who we're going to keep here, okay? If there's anybody who's going to get kept here, whoever's going to, you know, get Billy Bats, it's going to be the Scorpio, brother, okay? Because they just couldn't keep their mouth shut, okay? We told them to take it easy. We said, take it easy, brother. Who do you think you're dealing with, all right? We don't shine shoes no more. But this person, they tried to use that against this Queen of Wands against you. They tried to make you like you were a joker, and now they had to pay the price for it, okay? Now nobody knows where they're at, okay, the Scorpio. Where is he? Where'd he go? So just know the Scorpio really got themselves back against the wall. This is the Empress in reverse, okay? Because whatever Aquarius came up against, you gave this person this information, they tried to think that they were going to, you know, you were going to go down like the way it was. This Aquarius really set these a lot of people up for failure, okay? A lot of people are blaming this Aquarius now, okay? Because they were the ones who this all started from. That is one of the, you know, it's pretty much where it all came from, okay? Now people are starting to, like, see this now. They're starting to see what happened. This is like going back this is almost a whole Neptunian cycle that's being concluded right now, okay? Because all these illusions, the moon, are being shattered, okay? You are the Cancer, brother. You are the one. The moon controls Cancer, you know what I'm saying? So what is these people talking about? You're the one who has that, okay? Because Venus Williams told you about that. Venus Williams said, listen, you're the one who has the moon power, okay? So there's nothing they can do to you, Queen of Wands, okay? And that's when we said, yeah, you're right, Venus, okay? And they said, love is on the way for you, okay? Because Uranus is heading into your love sector, Gemini. I said, oh, good. So then we said, okay, thank you, Venus. And then we did a high five, okay? Because we're cool. Me and her were cool. Then we had a tennis match, okay? She teach me a couple pointers, okay, brother? Because she said, you're on fire, okay? Because I kept returning serve after serve after serve. She said, I can't get none by you. Nobody can. You're like, you're invincible. You should be in Wimbledon. You're a Wimbledon champion. But I said, no, I'm a tarot champion, okay? I'm a fortune teller champion. So just know that is what's coming through for you, okay? Because, like I said, Uranus and Gemini, that's the final piece of the puzzle, okay? That hitting to your love sector gives you another 7.5 years of quality time. Not to mention goes right into your sun sign after that, which is even better. So you got close to 14 years here, brother, of really solid thing, because Uranus is a big deal. You have to understand how big a deal when Uranus hits you're the right, you know, signs. So believe me when I tell you, they had to get to you before this. You had to be finished before Uranus and Gemini. You had to. That was the final piece of the puzzle, okay? Also, the Neptune, like I said, Neptune going into Aries, Saturn going to Aries, that was a nice 1, 2, 3 punch for you, brother. Believe me when I tell you, that is what really set it over the top. Not to mention Jupiter and Cancer, okay? These are all outer and generational planets, all switching in a very, within a few months of each other. So just know what kind of shift that is, okay? It is a 9 year. It is 999 coming up, September 9th, 2025. That means it's the end. That's an ending, okay? 9 years ending. Next year, that starts a whole new cycle. Believe me when I tell you, 2026, that will be your year. This is your journey, though, okay? You are completing your journey, and you're headed towards where you have to be 2026, okay? Perhaps during Aquarius season is when you will come full circle, because you are a rising sign Aquarius, okay? And that's what people see you as. And we're headed towards the Age of Aquarius, so who better to lead that than you? Who better? Who better? Who better than me? Who better than you? Okay, because the Sagittarius told us. They said, who better than you? I said, nobody, okay? And then I said the same thing to them. And then they said, wow, you have a lot of air in your chart. And I said, I know, it's crazy. They said, you're only made of water and air. That's insane. I said, I know. I said, but I have you as my fire. I said, do you know an earth person? They said, yeah, I know this Taurus, okay? And I said, oh, good, good. So they're bringing this Taurus over for us, this Sagittarius. So that's where we're going to get our earth from. That's how we're going to get our earthly matter to us. Otherwise, we're just going to float around with mist and air, okay? Because we're communicating that very clearly to you that we're made of air and water, okay? There's nothing else to say about that, okay? We're being very assertive here, Mars. We're just telling you. We're saying, listen, we don't want to be smart with you, but we need to let you know. We need some Earth. Where's this Taurus at? We need our Taurus. Where's our Earth? Come on. Come on. Where are you at? Okay? Because this Leo said, don't matter what happens. You have the fire signs. The fire signs back you, okay? You have the Sagittarius. You have this Leo. Your two best friends, okay? Just know. And you're Aries. So just understand that the fire signs always will support you. Look at that, brother. Mercury, and we're communicating that very clearly to you. Okay, and so is Venus Williams. Venus Williams is also being very clear to you. She's saying, yes, you have the fire sign help. You have it. You have that fire sign help, brother. That is what it all comes down to, okay? Because you are the king of the water signs. Nobody's ever going to take that from you. You are the Cancer, the Scorpio. They're being seen for the whatever the hell they are. I don't know what this person is, or they get paid to do this kind of weird stuff. They've done this before, but now they're being seen, okay, because you're being extremely assertive again. Mars, Aries is here. All these shifts are what is really making this happen, okay? So you could just see the change here, okay? Because let me tell you, like I said, you have too much air here, brother, and now I don't know what else to say. So hopefully all this happens in Virgo season. Virgo is here, so it is what it is. That full moon, that blood moon's coming up, and that should be quite the banger. I believe there's a solar eclipse. There's quite a bit going on coming up soon. So I gotta take a walk, brother. It's time for me to go take a walk, maybe fly a kite. Who knows? Go out there at a kite or something. Dig it. That's how Ben Franklin discovered electricity, right? I believe so. All right, because you have to release these attachments. There's going to be these demon attachments, okay? There's these soul ties, these other stuff. Eventually, you're going to have to let this all go, because whatever's holding you back, whatever's not serving your highest good, that's only going to hold you back, okay? So there's something you need to let go of. It's either a self-limiting belief, or it's an untruth or negative behavior. It's holding you back and keeping you from stepping into your true potential and happiness, okay? So there's an untruth out there about you, but clearly it's being seen that whatever negative behaviors these people took against you and said is clearly being seen from. May have held you back in the past, but like I said, you are breaking free and clearing all these blockages, because barricades, you're used to them. Or no, your barricades, you run right through them. Used to them, okay? Believe me when I tell you. Because sometimes, you know, like we tell you, smile and walk away, okay? There's no need to fight, because God will handle that, okay? Karma will handle that for you, because you're in good karma mode right now. You don't have to ever get involved with nobody. You have the good karma in the bank briefcase sitting right over there, okay? So just know you're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit, okay? So perhaps, who knows what you're wasting time on, but just know it's the time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul's purpose. At the end of the day, turn your attention, but it's going to come to you no matter what, okay? So you're not going to go looking for it. So just understand that, brother. We attract here. So whatever line will come to you. All right. You are the divine feminine. So it's always about finding a lesson here. You must find a lesson to whatever conundrum is happening. You're going to keep repeating it. Okay. That's what karmic cycles are about. If you don't learn your lesson, you have to repeat it. You have graduated. You have cleared this, ended this cycle. Congratulations, okay? Because something has happened and has stopped them in their tracks. In reality, this is simply teaching you where you need to grow. There's no such thing as failure, so pick yourself up, learn from it, and keep going. And that's exactly what you did, and that is why you're here, because you started at the bottom. Now you're here, okay? And so am I. Bye.